What's going down? How y'all doing out there? Just going to react to something about the African warrior Hannibal Barker, born 247 BC, North Africa. Bolivius Olivia. Hannibal Barker was a African warrior. Um, Went to Europe conquering, had sex with a lot of the European from Sicily. That's how there's a lot of dark-skinned Sicily human beings out there. So Sicilian human beings. So Hannibal was a great warrior, and I hope his name still lives on in Africa. Let's get this.
Hannibal Barker. Hannibal Barker was born in 247 BCE as a son of the Empire of Carthage, which encompassed all of North Africa and southern Spain. Hannibal was the son of the great Carthaginian military leader Hannibal Barker. Hannibal led the Carthaginian forces in the First Punic War against Rome. Carthage suffered an embarrassing loss to the Romans, which included the loss of control of the city of Sicily. It is widely stated that as a youth, Hannibal's father instilled within him
I heard a lot of a tragic story about Hannibal. How I think his own friend was the one that turned him in, and Hannibal went on an island and killed himself. I'm still doing my research on Hannibal, but it was his only friend that he trusted that turned him in to let the people know where he was at. When they came looking for him, Hannibal said, "You know what? I'm just going to take my own life," and that's what he did. Let's get this.
relenting hatred for Rome. When Hannibal was 17, Carthage was able to conquer Hispania, which is the modern-day Iberian Peninsula. During the conquest, Hannibal drowned and Hannibal's brother Hasdrubal the Fair became the commander of the army. This victory was able to expand the Carthaginian Empire, who remained a formidable opponent for Rome. Hasdrubal further strengthened Carthage by intermarrying the Carthaginians with the conquered Iberians.
A lot of warriors came out of Africa. Zulu, Shaka Zulu, Hannibal Barker, and I'm going to keep doing my research on a lot of other warriors that came out of Africa. Africa's a strong place. Africa is where we get a lot of our gold, diamonds, stuff for our cell phones. That's why a lot of people want to go over there and steal their resources, because Africa has a lot of resources. Africa is very rich. A lot of strong men and women come from that country. That's why if you notice, a lot of Africans come here, they are no nonsense. They work very hard. They hustle. They take care of their family by any means necessary. They'll drive a cab, a bus, serve merchandise to women, make their own food. They go out there and they, sell their own plates of food. So Africa is really a strong nation and a strong continent. And 54 different countries lie in that continent, and it's very strong.
In 221 BCE, Hasdrubal was murdered and Hannibal was elected to assume command of the army at the age of 26. Hannibal's first campaign was the capturing of the city of Salamanca in 220 BCE. Carthage's next conquest was of Saguntum, which was a close ally of Rome. Hannibal's attack on Saguntum was considered to be a violation of a peace treaty signed between Hasdrubal and Rome. They demanded that Carthage expel Hannibal from the empire. As Hannibal's fate was being decided, he continued to conquer territories, expanding Carthage as far as he could. Hannibal's brother was appointed as a military commander.
Also, I understand that's real, and I've known this for a long time. That was told to me. I've noticed that a lot of people agree and disagree, but this is where the martial arts has supposed to have come from Africa, and then it fled into Asia. So that's been a fight going on for years behind that. But if anybody from Africa or anybody from America that knows the history about martial arts, where did it really come from? Did it come from Africa? or Asia? You let me know in the comment section.
On the Iberian Peninsula. This move helped the forces of Carthage conquer the Iberian Peninsula as a whole. Hannibal was determined to bring war to Rome. He remembered what his father told him about the Romans, so he launched a military campaign. His conquest of the Iberian Peninsula was an example of his advancement towards conquering the Roman Empire. Because Hannibal conquered the Iberian Peninsula, the Roman government declared war against Carthage. This was the beginning of the Second Punic War. Hannibal and his forces invaded Italy in a surprise attack on the Romans who expected an attack at Sicily. His next move was
That's where they said that a lot of the dark-skinned people from Sicily came, because Hannibal was having sex with a lot of the women out in Sicily. And I know a lot of people from Sicily. Well, I don't know if they still alive, but they did tell me that was really the story. That's how there's been a lot of dark-skinned people in Sicily, because Hannibal did his thing.
across the Pyrenees Mountains. Before he could cross, his army had to defeat the tribes who dwelled along the foothills of the mountains. His army crossed the Pyrenees and reached the river Rhone. Along the way, he managed to pacify the chiefs of the Gauls. This strategic move helped to stall Roman advancement against Carthage. It is said that Hannibal's army consisted of 50,000 infantrymen, 90,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants. Next, Hannibal led his army.
And it's said right now that the army today, the military today, still tries to use Hannibal's strategy. I hear that from a lot of soldiers that I encounter. A lot of soldiers admitted that a lot of the military right now tries to get their strategy from Hannibal, because they said Hannibal was really a smart guy. He was really a smart warrior, and he knew how to strategically have his men set up to do things and to attack. So if any soldiers out there listen to this, let me know if this is true.
Across the treacherous Alps, which took a toll on his army. He lost a number of his soldiers and some of his battle elephants. It is said that he led 38,000 soldiers into the town of Turin, Italy. The Romans became aware of the allegiance between the Gauls and Carthage and sent troops of 80,000 to defeat Carthage and the Gauls. Their plans were spoiled because Hannibal was able to defeat the forces. The victory gave the Gauls confidence in Hannibal, so they volunteered to join his army. The Gauls were able to add the strength to the army that Hannibal lost crossing the Alps. His army was able to defeat the Romans a second time in a battle at the river Trebia. In 217 BCE, Hannibal and his army crossed the Apennines Mountains and conquered modern-day Tuscany. During these battles, he lost one of his eyes, but not his hatred for Rome. The Romans retaliated with their own attack against Carthage, but was defeated once again at the Trasimene Lake. As Hannibal's army crossed the Apennines for a second time, Roman forces attacked Iberia and cut off his access to his allies and supplies. In the city of Cain, Roman forces numbering 80,000 attacked Hannibal's army. Despite being outnumbered, Hannibal's forces were able to once again gain victory over Rome.
I've heard that story too. These are some strong warriors, man. You go to the country Africa, I can't wait to get there, because them brothers over there are strong. The sisters over there are strong. They come over here, man. They come over here to work and get this, get their piece of the pie, and they leave, and that's cool. Hannibal was not a game. I guess he was nobody to be played with, but I did hear that the military in America try to use their strategy off of what he did.
This victory caused Roman allies to pledge their allegiance with Hannibal. The Italian city of Capua became Hannibal's new military base. In 214 BCE, the city of Syracuse became a city of Carthage. 215 BCE, King Philip V of Macedonia pledged his alliance with Carthage. The Romans were able to secure a decisive victory against Carthage. Hannibal was not able to capture the port cities of Cumae and Puteoli. His army was not able to receive reinforcements or supplies. Carthage.
I'm going to definitely do more research on Hannibal, and I'm going to get a book and do my research on him. But I'm going to end the video right here. Like I said, anybody from Africa or anybody from the States that really knows about the strategy that Hannibal used, did the military in America take his strategy and do they still use it today? This is a salute to Africa and to Hannibal's people. Hashtag just us, SYSBM, Passport Brothers. I'm out of here. Salute.